Hello, Virgos. We're going to jump right into singles and then flow into our couples. This will be general and love, whatever comes up for the first couple of weeks of April. For those of you vibing with me, if you're returning, thank you. If you're new, thank you. Please subscribe, leave your comments, questions down below. Okay, we have a jumper. First jumper of all the readings we have for our Virgo singles. We have the Princess of Swords, the activist. It looks like our Virgo singles are standing up, speaking up for themselves, doing what's right, speaking up for someone else who is important to them, or just demanding justice, calling for justice in a situation, being an advocate for truth, balance, and honor, integrity. We see you being grounded and firm in your convictions and firm in your beliefs in regards to whatever circumstance this may be in your own personal life. Virgo, we see a lot of you doing charity, protesting, um, again, just speaking up and doing the right thing, being a just Virgo, being the highest aspect of your grounded nature, but wielding that sword of truth and trying to rectify situations in your own life, bring peace, justice to the world in some kind of a way, whether that's in your own, again, immediate life or on a broader scale within your community or abroad. Okay. We're seeing more earth energy. We see the Knight of Disc here, the gourmet chef. And this card, I always see this as somebody being very meticulous in everything that they do, uh, making sure that they have done all the research, dotted all their I's, crossed all their T's. Someone who is a pillar at whatever they do, high esteemed person, someone who takes pride in their work. I also get the vibe from this card of potentially a date, potentially going out to dinner with somebody, or meeting someone who might be within a food industry. But I mainly see this as meticulous effort, skilled efforts, learned experience, an experienced person. So we see you being very generous, but also we see that you affirming your convictions because you've earned the cost, you've earned the right to be the boss, Virgo. You know, and you have learned from experience and not just from books. You've learned from life. So we see all of those efforts coming to fruition and you being in these aspects during these first 2 weeks of April. We see you putting in hard work, speaking up, standing up for yourself, setting boundaries, speaking very directly about truth, honesty, and integrity. We see your work being highlighted in some kind of way and the meticulous efforts that you put into the things that you do being noticed and people recognizing you for who you are. We see wealth and abundance and stability. We see the Four of Cups, and in this deck, the particular Four of Cups means that, and sometimes we have so much abundance, we don't really know what to do with ourselves. We can find ourselves being a little lackadaisical, a little lazy. So this is a great time to, yes, enjoy the luxuries of life, but stay dedicated, stay firm in your beliefs, and continue to charge forward in all these amazing things that you want to do. Virgo, don't get too comfortable. This is a great card to remind you not to get too comfortable, to keep pushing forward. You're going to make a difference. You're being recognized, not to feel overlooked if you happen to have been feeling overlooked. Looks like you're going to be getting some sort of a recognition coming in some kind of a way for your meticulous efforts, whether that's because you spoke up about it and now your efforts are going to be rewarded. But we do see you having feeling emotionally, at least, kind of comfortable in things. Okay? So in this card, we see the Six of Swords. So this card is a little different. This card is a little bit more analytical, a little bit more researchy, a little bit more related to you putting in efforts towards moving yourself forward, using different technological efforts to move yourself forward, tapping into your higher self, spiritual beliefs, and things that you believe in. Um, some of you may be pursuing medical efforts and medical career related careers and jobs or professions. You may find yourself donating your time, your effort, or your energy towards medical related efforts or organizations. But this card kind of denotes a higher self aspect, aspect of trying to get to know the universe and how it works, how all the components of the universe come together, and why. Just taking some time and maybe some of this money, some of this luxury time that you have, and just kind of delving into some spiritual work, doing some work on balancing your chakra, your heart chakra mainly, and making sure that you're analyzing the people around you. This is also a card of, cutting people out that don't belong in your life for my Virgo singles. So it's also an energy of you removing the people, places, and things that don't need to be there, and being willing to do it, even if you love them. Being willing to do it because it's what's for the best for you. But yes, you can't overlook the snake in the card. So obviously, be aware of the fact that you might have to cut a snake out of your midst coming up in the next couple of weeks or so. After you've done some analyzation and figured some things out or found some things out, you might be making some serious changes there. Okay, so we see the Queen of Spring here. Brilliant, loyal, funny, talented, friendly. This is saying charge forward. You have great things. You have great people who want to support you. You are a great person. It's saying that make sure you don't spend too much leisure time. Make sure you don't spend too much time focusing on work, but make sure you have a balanced start to the spring and that you're staying within the highest aspect of your energy. We see you in this energy of feeling very proud, very confident in yourself right now, very sure of yourself and the steps that you're taking to move forward, and we see you have a great support system, whether that's one friend, two friends, one great family member or two, coworker, neighbor, clergy, whatever it may be to you. We're seeing that you have people around you, your guides, your angels, your ancestors who want to help you thrive during this period and see you putting the work forward. And they want you to continue to work on balance in your life during this time period. Not too much time for play, not too much time for work, but, just be uh, balancing the way you spend your time and continue to push forward. You see the 11 here, the strength card. We see fire energy here, potentially a Leo energy here. But we see you knowing that you can make all of your dreams come true, Virgo singles. We see you being very confident that your goals are going to be attained, and seeing cycles end, and using your strength and your power and your will to manifest during this time frame and bring into the 3D the things that you want in your life. Being strong enough to say, I have boundaries, I have barriers, and I don't have a problem cutting people off if I don't need to. I'm comfortable in my emotions. My emotions are balanced. In fact, my cups are overflowing. I am secure in my work and what I do because I know I've earned it. I've paid the cost to be the boss. I stand up for myself. I have integrity. I stand up for others and I do what's right. I do charity. I'm a great person. I put great energy out there. And you knowing that you deserve the best, it's what's going to help you bring in the best. So we also, again, just keep in mind for my singles out there, this is a great time to be open to new love and loving yourself. But just remember, you are strong, you are powerful, but you could have a Leo coming in that kind of an energy. A Leo from the past, potentially some of you singles out there might have Leo children that you're spending time with during this period, or maybe you are just have Leo in your chart somewhere, but then we see a time where you may be spending time with youth, people younger to you, or just thinking about past times, wanting to have good times moving forward. In the summer, we see people coming back from your past, people you love, people who you've shared great times with, maybe people, someone who you were in a relationship with previously coming back from your past, from our Virgos. Maybe old coworkers, old bosses contacting you, old friends contacting you who you haven't heard from in a long time. You might be hearing news from one or more of those people during this time frame for my Virgo singles out there. Or again, you might just be around children or people who are younger than you, hanging out, spending time with people who might be a bit younger than you, if not children, during this time frame for my Virgos. You know, um, but keep in mind, this is a heavy card of, someone coming back from the past, and just be careful of having on rose-colored glasses. Just make sure you're conscious of what that relationship was really like and who that person really was towards you. And if it was toxic, keep moving. You're better off. All right, Virgo singles. Let's see what the Kipper wants to say. If they want to talk about a relationship, love, life, general, let's see. We have the main female. It looks like during this time frame, you might have uh, someone in your energy, female dominant energy around you that's going to play a heavy aspect in it, different things coming in your life. You might find that this main female has a connection to the person coming back from the past, or this main female could be this Leo energy that we see here in the strength card. So just be aware and present of a female that's going to play a major role, if not you, in the next upcoming couple of weeks here for my Virgos, but more likely than not, that main female is you or the person coming back from the past, and a soft, kind of balanced female energy. We all have male and female energy, okay? So it looks like it's somewhere within your love life for my Virgos, um, something that you love. You might have a decision, or you might find yourself going into a new relationship. You might be reconnecting with someone from your past again. It could be this Leo energy that we saw that could have a little earth and air in their chart as well, because we're pretty much seeing all the signs. So yeah, you could be reconnected with somebody from your past for my Virgo singles. You could be making choices in love or in regarding something that you love or you find massively important. But more likely than not, we see Virgos who are on really high aspected parallels of their life right now, who have done a lot of healing and growth and things of that nature, coming into union with somebody or meeting somebody whom they're going to end up dating or being in a relationship with. Could be your soulmate or twin flame, but we would have to have a personal reading to really narrow your energy down. So Virgo singles, let's go ahead and get you a Kuan Yin and see what this final energy is going to be like. Your guidance for the 2 weeks right here, or any suggestions as we wrap up our Virgo singles for the first couple of weeks of April. Okay, we have the dance unveiling. This is a situation in your life that is about to reveal itself to you with great clarity. Just like the sands shifting, the picture will seem clearer and quite different to how it once appeared to you. This clarity will bring you great relief and confirmation of your intuition. Be patient and allow the revelation to come to you at the perfect time. So again, this could be about that person coming back from the past, seeing things different, taking off the rose-colored glasses, and just kind of remembering things for what they were and what they are. And this is also you coming into a higher intuition, a higher aspect. You getting confirmation of the things you've been feeling and trying to manifest during these past recent times. For my Virgo singles out there. So, I mean, it looks like a very introspective, busy period. Looks like you're going to be doing a lot of work like you typically do for my Virgo singles out there, but it does look like somebody from your past wants to come back and reconnect with you. So go ahead and you got to make that choice. Use your intuition. You're typically very grounded. So use your intuition and see what's going to work best for you moving forward if you're willing and open for this person. Could have been someone you dated, could have been someone you nearly dated, could be a family member, a friend, but it's up to you. Go ahead, give me a thumbs up. I really appreciate it. If you appreciate my time and energy, I appreciate you being here. So go ahead, Virgos, give me a thumbs up. You never know, if you leave, one of the people who leave a comment, you could be the lucky one who gets your question answered in the comment section with the one card reading. you would have to be subscribed to know you have to leave a comment. So make sure you follow, like, and subscribe so you can be involved in those fun little things like that until I start going live. And let me know, Virgos out there, whether you're a single couple, it doesn't matter, but let me know if you have any suggestions. Cross watchers too. I'm here for it. You know, I'm always here for the positive vibes, positive energy, encouragement. You want to chat, tell me what you came to the channel for, what you brought you to tarot, or brought you to my channel today. All right, Virgo couples. We're just about ready. So Virgos, are you ready for spring? I know in the U.S. we're thawing out now from winter in a lot of places. Spring started officially, and it's starting to warm up. I know my allergies have been crazy as the snow melts. But anyway, Virgos, again, leave your questions and comments down below. You never know, you might be the person who gets the one card reading answer down in the comment section. So let's jump into our Virgos who are in couples, our Virgos who are married, our Virgos who are engaged, living together in serious committed relationships to one another for the first couple of weeks of April. And we're using the Urban Tarot this time around, guys. Okay, this card has been coming out all day. You might want to take a look at the Aquarius, Sagittarius reading, and I believe Cancer from our Virgos out there. Your moon, your rising, and all those other placements that are important right now. Okay, so we see the Princess of Discs. We see my Virgos who are in couples, or you or your spouse doing research. We see you studying, learning, teaching one another different things. Potentially thinking about having children, discussing having children. I just got hesitation on the part of one of the spouses in some of your scenarios. I think one of your, in certain scenarios for my Virgos out there, one of the spouses wants to have more children and one of the spouses does not. So we see these types of conversations being had right now. We also see my Virgos reminiscing on past situations in their childhood, who are in relationships in times where, you know, things are happy and grounded and stable. But we also see in this a very happy and stable time for my Virgos who are coupled up right now and who are vibing on me. We see you guys making progress and being grounded and being in a really earthly kind of a wise energy, a learned energy, a studied energy, a traveled energy, and or potentially being around children or people who are younger than you in this time frame right now. So we see a tower coming in from our Virgos who are in couples right now. We see the imagery of this particular tower is really beautiful. We see a mega building. We see the Statue of Liberty just peeking out, just thriving and surviving, managing to keep the flame lit as other things crumble and change around. So for our couples, we see a lot of change, and some of you have been through some upheavals, but we see you peeking through and still having a flame of passion to make change and to progress forward and to pursue the shoreline and just kind of keep that flame lit in the situation of change. But we do see change, important change coming into the foundation of earth signs who are in marriages right now or who are in serious relationships. And particularly, this would have to do with potentially children, okay? So we see children in earth sign relationships playing a big role in potential conflicts or potentially being the reason for discord within your relationship. Again, we see one spouse potentially wanting to have more children, one spouse not wanting to have more children, and that could be a detrimental situation in relationships that can cause them to come to an end. So we see the Queen of Cups here, the therapist. We see our Virgos who are in relationships doing deep consideration, taking deep thought right now about what they want to do now moving forward, whether this relationship ended or not, if it's coming to an end, making heavy decisions about life, about what to do. If some of my Virgo couples, a few of you may even be in therapy or going to couples counseling or getting advice from people around you who you trust. But it looks like we have some upheaval for our Virgos who are in relationships right now. Potentially for those of you who are discussing mostly children. This has everything to do with children. So if this doesn't apply to you, don't force it to make it fit, but this is for certain Virgos out there specifically. This seems to be mostly for our married Virgos or Virgos who already have at least one child together. We see one spouse wanting another child, another spouse not wanting another child, and that being a source of conflict. I'm sorry, that's heavily just what's coming out right now. And for the rest of you guys, we see, for those of you in higher aspected relationships, we see that you guys have been firmly working on your foundation, and now you're putting in the emotional work into your actual relationship. You've put in the groundwork for a financial change, for you've made big changes in the recent past to grow your finances. Now you guys are kind of working more on the spiritual and emotional side of your relationship and connecting in that way for those of you who are in higher aspected relationships with the Virgo. Okay, so we see the Knight of Cups here. We see the Seducer. So for some of my Virgos who may be ending their relationships over this discord that we saw right here, this really significant situation over potentially children here, we see somebody maybe partying too much, going out, or maybe one of the people within that relationship um, potentially inviting a third party into a situation causing additional conflict. But for those of you who that doesn't apply to, this is a nod to for you and your higher aspected couples to look out for people coming in who might be of a cup sign, who might be trying to swindle you or rip you off from something, okay? For my couples who are in a more positive aspect, but you have this energy that wants to come in and say, hey, let me sell you a bridge for $1, type of energy. So just be aware of that when you're getting things done, when you're getting property redone, when you're buying and selling things, or, make sure you make sure you haggle and you bargain with people and things of that nature so you don't get swindled or taken advantage of. And for those of you who are having serious conflicts over children, Virgos who already have at least one child together who are in a relationship, it looks like a third party may interfere in this relationship as one couple person in the relationship does not want to have more children. Okay, so let's move on from our Virgo couples. See what else we get. We got the Five of Summer. Again, we have you needing to trust your instincts and trust that everything is happening for a reason. We have some of our Virgo couples, the more dominant energy here is more some of our Virgo couples, again, that you have at least one child. This is very specific, I'm sorry. But if you have at least one child, you have some conflict in your relationship right now because of different changes, goals, and emotions towards one another. You could be concerned with separating or breaking up because of, these big differences that you have and how you want to move your life forward, and if you're going to be able to compromise on something so significant as children. And for those of you who are in higher aspected relationships who are not having conflicts over children, don't try to force that situation on yourself to make that fit you, Virgo. I know you're more logical and grounded than that, but I have to say that for novice out there. But again, make sure you don't get swindled out of something, okay? Or this Knight of Cups energy tries to come into your relationship and into your household and, try to disrupt things. So we see the magician here. We see that positive changes can happen. A compromise can be made in these relationships who might be going through some ups and downs right now. But it's about choice and it's about compromise. It's about putting your best foot forward because between the two of you guys, you can make the situation work if you want to. There's a bright road ahead. But again, there's choice and free will. So it's up to you to decide if you want to pursue this path or if you want to start a new path. But the universe is saying right now is the time, right now is the time these things are going to happen. That's why we saw that Tower card. That's why we're seeing the Magician here, another major arcana for a new start for our Virgos in relationships who might be going through some downtimes right now, who have at least one child together and you are coupled. For those of you who are in higher aspected relationships, we see you guys coming together and putting all your tools, your energy, and your resources together for this new beginning, this new start, this tower moment that you had in the past that caused a big upheaval. Maybe you moved from one state to another state, one country to another country. Now you're setting a firm foundation and you're growing this relationship, and this is a good time for prosperous new starts for Virgos and couples. We see the Princess of Winter energy coming out. Um, this is very direct communication. This is us using our intuition to try to speak our truth and come from a higher standpoint, a higher self, being a little blunt and direct. So make sure you're speaking with kindness, love, and compassion, Virgo. Speak your truth, but do it in a tactful way that you would respect someone saying something to you. This is a constructive criticism energy. This is you using your wisdom, your higher self. This is the Virgo within the relationship being in a very psychic period right now, or coming into psychic gifts, learning more about spirituality or learning more about um, tarot and things of that nature, and just learning more about the universe and being inquisitive about these things. So we see the Virgo in the situation, or the person with the most Virgo placements for cross watchers potentially. Um, just being very inquisitive and in almost in a high priestess or hermit-like energy where you're trying to reconnect with yourself, open your crown, open your chakra, do some balancing work on yourself so that you can bring your manifestations into fruition and things of that nature, because you do have high expectations for yourself in your relationship. For my Virgos out there, you're expecting news, or you should be expecting some news during this time period. For my Virgos out there, it's a 10, the 2 and the 8 in this card would denote a 10, a completion of something. So be out on the lookout for news about a completion of a cycle, the beginning of a cycle, new beginnings, new endings, a new person coming into the situation that might be able to help you financially. This main male being an important figure, or main male energy at least during this time frame. Someone being balanced in their masculine energy during this time frame. And again, we see a 1 in this card as well. So just new beginnings, new starts, potentially with the masculine energy during this time frame that might be helping you all in business, play a role. And for those of you who might be separating because of a child, we see potentially the female having expectations of having another child, and the male in the situation saying, I don't really want to have any more children. Potentially, I want to just be a single guy, or vice versa, So apply it how it applies to your life, or not at all. Again, you would need a personal reading for me to be specific for you, Virgo. But go ahead and leave a question and comment down below. You never know, you might be the person who gets the one card reading down in the comment section. So make sure you're liking, subscribed, and get your notifications turned on. Thank you. So let's get one more final Kuan Yin card to wrap up the first couple of weeks for my Virgo couples out there who are vibing with my energy right now. All right, and we get the Amaryllis Lute. You are growing fast and leaving fear behind. When your vibration changes, so too does your life. It is safe and loving for you to release that which no longer feels right for you. No matter how important it was in your old life, it might not have the same place in your new life. Accept healing change now. So for my Virgos, again, those of you who have at least one child together. It looks like some of you have been afraid to make the change, pull the triggers, and maybe say, I don't want this relationship anymore. But it looks like these changes are going to be coming in, and the universe is saying, don't be afraid to go after where your path and what you're meant to do. Sometimes you are not meant to stay with one person for your whole life. You're meant to experience other things. And yes, you may have meant to be able to have a child with this person, but not continue to grow. As you have grown in life, you've grown apart rather than grow together. Your paths moving forward may not be on the same road. But for some of my other Virgos out there, this is more of a release the fears for these new starts, these new beginnings, these awesome things that want to come in, these awesome changes that want to come into your life. For my Virgos who are coupled out there, don't be afraid to make the changes that you want. You have all the tools between you and your spouse to really get it done, okay? The universe is saying have confidence in yourself. You're intuitive. You have done all the research you need to do between the two of you guys. You set a firm foundation. You took risks. You took chances. You made changes. You made sure that you discussed things. You discussed the the life that you guys want together. So now go for it. Go for it. The universe is saying this is a good time. So thank you for watching for my Virgos out there. I really appreciate it. Make sure you thumbs up and like and comment and come back for my other readings. I really appreciate it. My name is Bri. I'll see you soon. Bye.